Hey everybody, it's Callum and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Okay, last time we finished things up in Key Cavern and got the Pegasus boots, which allow us to run at super high speeds. And we were also told, oh my god, die. We were also instructed to head to Yarna Desert in order to find clues toward our next objective. Dig in the nose of the smiley face and you will find the secret, or another secret seashell. And I'll be showing what you do with the secret seashells at another point in time, but not quite yet. So the first thing I think we should do, now that we have the Pegasus boots, is head back down to Richard's place and take his little entrance into Pothole Field, because there was that heart piece that we couldn't get in the last episode because the jump was a little too big. Okay. And just chop the grass, keep chopping, and jump over the holes. Oops, my bad. Really? That was worth it, because we can now jump over and get the heart piece. How many do we have? 3. 3 out of 4. Okay. This, however, is the more annoying part. There's no easy way to... There we go. You have to, like, kind of keep spamming the button in order to get it to work. Throw that, jump over, get a rupee because I like money. And now we have... Well, we actually do have quite a few other things that we can do with the Pegasus boots. But the first thing I want to do is head over this way. And while we are on our way through, I just want to pop in and not really see Chow Chow, but instead dig up a secret seashell. Then we can keep heading this way and go into this little building that we have not gone into thus far. And now that we have the Pegasus boots, we can knock that book off the shelf. And it says The Hidden Power of Color. Do you want to read this book? Yes, we do. There's a new world of color under the 5 gravestones. My hint for this is just take a screenshot and keep that pattern in mind. That's all I'm going to say. We'll get to why that is eventually. Another thing, smash into these trees and you can pick up apples. And green apples. Green apples heal for more than red. I don't know why that is, but it does. Next thing that I believe we can do... Well, we can also uncover all of that. One thing I believe we can do is actually go up to the mysterious forest. Go through the mysterious forest, I should have said. And I believe beyond here we can actually do something with the... No? There's something we can do with the Pegasus boots, I'm sure of it. Well, there's something we can do with the power bracelet here. which gives us 50 rupees, not bad. Was there not anything... Really? There really wasn't a single thing we could do. I was almost certain there was. Whatever, I'm not picking up the Guardian Acorn. Nothing that I really want to do in Gaponga Swamp right now. Basically, I don't want to go through Gaponga Swamp. And yeah, the inputs on this game are just kind of frustrating with the, like, using the Pegasus boots and other items. Mainly just because you have to wait for the wind-up animation, and that's not always the fastest thing. Did I already mess that up? Just wanted to get out, man. Yes, I can do this. And then this. And that. Then that. And that. And now I can get out. There really wasn't anything that I could do in here. Like, I'm almost certain that there was something we could do somewhere around this place. Now that we have the Pegasus boots. Get off. Apparently not. Unless it was... no. Was it in here? No. I'm actually a little lost. It might have actually just been out here. The like, wait, the way we came from is what I was trying to say. One thing I didn't actually get. What is wrong with my speaking today? One thing I didn't actually get. There's something here, but apparently we cannot. You know what? I'm just at a complete loss here. I'm like scrambling around trying to do stuff that I think is available, but apparently isn't. I'm almost certain there are things that we can do. But apparently not. We are supposed to be heading to Yarna Desert, but I also don't want to do that. We got the Tabal Wasteland here, which I believe is a new area for us. Heart piece right there, which gives us our 8th heart container. Like, I'm almost certain there are things we can do in here. Not dig the rocks, however. That's not a thing we do. That takes us to the Uka Uka Prairie. There is something we can do down here, however. And that is get in here. Also, before I forget, dig in the center of here for a secret seashell. We can go down this staircase, which is actually new to us. We've never been in here before. Go away. And here's something we can do. This is actually what I was looking for, funnily enough. This is something you need another item for, like a late game item. But you can actually do it now if you are skilled enough. You can get this by just doing some tricky platforming with the Rock's Feather. You're meant to be using like a, I would say late game weapon, but it's not too like late game, and also you could just push that aside and get out that way, but I'm dumb and didn't think of it. We're now in the graveyard, and I guess I can show you that thing that we were talking about earlier. 1 this way, 2 that way, ow, 3 up for right, and I believe it's 5 down? 5 up. There we go. This is that whole color book thing that we were talking about earlier, and actually go in this episode, so it's not bad. Welcome to the Color Dungeon. This is a dungeon exclusive to Link's Awakening DX, which was the Game Boy Color remastering, remake, add-on thing, and also this. This is the Color Dungeon, and we're the Color Guards. Oh, their names are Guardian. Okay. You'll need magic powder to get anywhere in here. Say the word and I'll sell you some. Do we actually... No, we've got 37. It's fine. Welcome to the Color Dungeon. Everything is themed around color. That's really all you need to know. It's not too complicated yet. But I'm doing this now because the reward for it is... decent. It's a decent reward. Flip that switch once, flip that switch once, match them all to blue, and you get a chest, which has the stone beak in it, I believe, because the statue is right there. No, it has the compass. Okay, I stand completely corrected. There is a cracked wall down here, which we... That's what the hollow sound sounds like. That's what the normal sound sounds like. Swap them out, swap your magic powder back in. We haven't used magic powder quite yet, but he says that we're going to need it, so, you know. Just a room full of rupees. I'm so glad rupee likes were not a thing in this game. Because you know the developers would have put one in there. Here we have this room with this flying Stalfos bouncy kid. Nothing much to it, other than... There we go. The floor cracks each time, and yeah. Hit these things. Crap, wrong hole. I'm not gonna take that out of any... I'm not gonna take that out of context in any way, shape, or form. Throw the things into the corresponding colored holes to get the stone beak. There it is. We don't need the stone beak because we're pros. I forgot what these are called, but they're basically just goop monsters that are color coordinated for some reason. I actually don't know why they are color coordinated. I swear I read somewhere that if you step on their colored tiles, they pop up. And I've read that, like, if you step on the opposing colored tiles, they pop up, but they don't, they just pop up randomly. It's confusing, but we get a small key from this chest. And a person door, which leads us to a small key door, which we don't need to take quite yet, because there is a door up this way. And these guys can just fall into pits if you want them to. Because they're not clever. But yeah, they go from, those panels go from green to orange to red, and then once they are red, they're bad. Same puzzle we had in the other room actually, but adding the yellow color. Or was it green? I think it was green. That's another thing that is awful, with me especially. Greens that are like super vibrant and super bright, I have trouble seeing. But yeah. Boo, I am no weakling. Your pitiful sword is no match for me. When he turns into a buzz blob, spray it with magic powder. That's really all you have to do. And then you attack him a couple times while it is in its actual form. Also, yes, I learned that these are not chews or choo-choo jellies or whatever. They are buzz blobs. Oh, I'm actually really low on health. Hopefully we don't die here. There we go. And you're so kind and gracious enough to give us a fairy. How nice. This place also does have a boss. It has a nightmare in it, which is kind of funny considering this wasn't... Well, this was an option. This is an optional dungeon. So it's just funny that there's a nightmare in it. Which means if you really want to, you can leave Koholint Island with one nightmare left. But, talking about color again, that actually brings me on to a nice little thing. Every color is also mapped with a shape, so for those who are... Jesus, who are visually impaired and can't see color correctly, yeah. What a greedy fool! You want more power? A buffoon like you might as well give up and go home. This boss sucks. This mini boss sucks. I actually hate it. I always think I jump away at the right time, but turns out I don't, or I'm too late, or too early, or whatever. That time I was fine. But this boss you just have to hit from the side. Actually, yeah, you have to hit it from the side. And yeah. I just normally tank through it because I know there's a fairy waiting for me on the other side, but if you're playing on hero mode, you're probably going to want to tackle that a little bit safer than I did. And that thing's just gonna jump and die. As is that one. Press the button. And we get to move onward. This puzzle's a little bit more annoying. I hate ones like this, and I've done plenty of them, so I don't know why I always struggle at them. I guess it's just because I mash the buttons until until I'm done. But they're essentially the exact same puzzles we've been facing throughout the dungeon so far. But with the twist that this is a 3x3 thing instead of a 2x2. And I'll probably be here for a while just hitting every single thing until it stops. There we go. That opens the way forward. Where we see these things, which I still don't know the name of. I think they are just called blobs, and the others are called buzz blobs. It's something dumb like that. Because early Zelda naming conventions were really dumb. But there's nothing we can do in that room quite yet. We need another small key. Which is where this other... I pressed the jump button. This is where this other door comes in handy. Anyway... just break some pots here and there. We got the piece of power as the thing was dying. I got another chest here. My bets are on small key. What about you? Or the dungeon map. That works too. So we can show we have one more room to do before we start heading towards the nightmare. This room's actually set up in a way that if you slash right at the beginning, you have a potential of getting either the red one in the red hole or one of the blue ones in the top blue hole. Bottom blue hole, sorry. Also, I was right, and it was yellow earlier. But then I got confused because the... crud. Because the platforms for the goop monsters was green. Hit that there, and deposit. Damn it. I was one tile over. But we can now head to the nightmare. I would say I'd see you there, but it is literally just... one more room away. Insert key in keyhole. You can use your Pegasus boots there, and this is the only color switch in the entire dungeon and is really pointlessly put there. But here's the boss of the color dungeon. This is safe. I'm safe. This is the hard hit beetle. And what do? You just keep hitting him. This is a boss that all you do is wail on it. It says step back and take your time, but you just gotta keep hitting it until it dies. That's all it is. If you stop hitting it to focus on the other enemies, you will definitely hit. It will definitely regenerate. That's what I'm saying. And unlike the other nightmares, because this is an optional dungeon, you're greeted with a great fairy. Or the fairy queen, I should say. Sorry, your majesty. Welcome, Link. I admire you for coming this far. I will give you the power of color. If you want offense, choose red. If you want defense, choose blue. The red mail will double your attack power, meaning enemies that take 2 hits will die in 1, but you'll still have the same defenses as you normally would, so yeah. Sturdy blue mail, however, reduces your damage by half, so enemies that do 1 heart of damage will do half, enemies that do half a heart of damage will do a quarter, and enemies that do a quarter will still do a quarter. But you still have your same attack power, and yeah. I'm not really the defensive type, so I stick with the red mail. But I also really like the color blue, and I chose red mail in my personal file, and it doesn't matter, I'm choosing red mail. And you got the red mail, your body is full of energy. I will now take you outside. I don't get this. I don't know why they just feel the need to take you outside, because there was a warp to the beginning right after the nightmare. It was weird. But anyway, that is the color dungeon all done and dusted. We didn't actually need to do that either, and it wasn't our main objective, but I thought I'd knock it out of the way right now just to get it out of the way. Also, another lie was said, we didn't need much magic powder at all because the freaking mini-boss was the only thing that required it. Whatever. Anyway, we are going to be heading to the Yarna Desert, hopefully, in the next episode, and if you couldn't tell by this part of the map, this is Desert-y. Yeah. So, next time on The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, we're going to be doing just that. We're going to be progressing the story, heading to Yarna Desert, and hopefully finding the location of the next instrument. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all then. Goodbye.